think follow your passion. There's so many tools and ways of learning now about how to make games out there that are absolutely free. So my advice to anyone that wants to get into making games is do your research, go online, watch tutorial videos, watch videos from GDC, download Unreal Engine and play around with it and make things in your spare time. Because if you can do that, you can build up your expertise really, really quick. And that's what really matters in games is having that expertise that you can showcase for that first time when you're trying to apply for a job.
I had no idea how to get into games. It just seemed like this kind of magical realm, and I didn't know anyone who worked in the industry. And I did a course, so I studied at the National Film and Television School, and I did a games design master's, and that just gave me some of the skills and also some industry contacts, and it all just sort of grew from there. So I think there are lots of different ways into the industry, but if you can find a course that suits you, that was my route in anyway.
Of course, you know, engineers are always wanted and artists are always wanted, designers are always wanted, but really just if you are interested, passionate in gaming, pursue what you are good at and don't feel you have to take up a different subject. And whether you are interested in music composition, sound design, or just game design, or whether you are interested in engineers, all types of personalities and, you know, an interest, there is a place in the game development for them. So if there's any advice I can give is don't be kind of restricted to, you know, any prescribed kind of notion of this is what you need to study.
How I would recommend kids or young adults or anyone really to get into video games for the first time, just to do game jams, to be honest. So game jams are these little competitions that are either held online or in person, where groups of individuals who don't necessarily know each other get together and make games in a sort of very short space of time. And it was nearly every game that I've made started life at like some sort of formative beginnings as a game jam game at one of these events. So yeah.
There are more and more video game courses at universities that quite honestly don't necessarily guarantee that you'll get a job when you leave. And so if you really want to get a job in the game industry, you really have to have a really strong portfolio. And that's, although the industry has changed a lot, that advice in many ways hasn't changed, because a game company is most likely to hire you based on more on the work that you've done maybe in your spare time than on say what degree you've done at university, for example. When we're hiring people, we almost don't look at, you know, people's education. We're much more looking at, especially for artists, what they've done, and if they're a programmer where they've made a little game on the side, for example.